สวัสดีครับ Good morning and thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and on NBT World. It's Sunday, December 7th and you're with me, Surabhat Lautaranarit. And as usual, we'll begin with today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. Thousands of people led by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha joined the candle lighting ceremony to celebrate His Majesty the King's 87th birthday at Sanam Luang on Friday night. Attended by well-wishers from all sectors in the society, the ceremony was broadcast live on television nationwide. The Prime Minister opened the ceremony by wishing His Majesty the King a happy birthday before the yellow-clad crowd lit their candles and sang songs for His Majesty the King. They shouted "Long live the King" many times and then watched a fireworks spectacular which concluded the ceremony. The team of doctors tending His Majesty the King at Sirirat Hospital earlier advised that His Majesty cancel a public appearance scheduled for the day. One of the doctors said His Majesty the King was not ill but still needed more time to regain strength after recent treatment to diverticulitis in his large intestine. Prime Minister Prayut and a group of important state figures have signed their well-wishing messages for the King's birthday, while a crowd of Thai people in yellow clothes continually participate in the well-wishing activity. Prime Minister Prayut and his wife have signed the well-wishing messages on the auspicious occasion of His Majesty the King's 87th birthday at the Grand Palace. Other government officials also participated in the signing of well-wishing messages, including Deputy Prime Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan, Minister of Justice General Phaiboon Khumchaya, Minister of Natural Resources and Environment General Dapong Ratanasuwan, Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Army General Udomdet Sitabut, Minister of Social Development and Human Security Police General Adun Sang Singkaew, and Election Commission Chairman Supachai Somjareun. For this occasion, former Prime Ministers Yingluck Shinawat and Aphisit Vechashiwa also participated and signed their well-wishing messages. Line Thailand, together with the Thai Red Cross Society, has launched line stickers drawn by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn in a bid to raise funds for a new medical building of a hospital in Chonburi Province. Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn has permitted the Thai Red Cross Society and Line Thailand to use a set of her drawings as line stickers to raise funds for Queen Sawang Wattana Memorial Hospital in Chonburi Province. The Thai Red Cross Society has issued a line sticker set entitled Chat and Charity, using cartoon characters drawn by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn.
This is the first event in Thailand that the line sticker which is created by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn in order to raise funds for the construction of the new building of the Queen Sawang Wattana Memorial Hospital, which is one of the hospitals of the Thai Red Cross to take care of the health of the people in the eastern part of Thailand, Chonburi, Chantaburi, Rayong, and so on.
Mr. Chaiwet Nutprayun, Director of Queen Sawang Wattana Memorial Hospital, said revenues from downloading these stickers will be generated to support the construction of a medical center to mark the 150th year of Somdet Prapan Wasa Ayika Chao at Queen Sawang Wattana Memorial Hospital in Siracha District, Chonburi Province. The set Chat and Charity comprises 16 drawings in different cartoon animals expressing different feelings. The sticker set will be available until March 3, 2015, at a cost of 99 cents or about 30 baht. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has voiced readiness to push ahead with a plan to set up a special economic zone and strengthen trade ties with Southeast Asian countries. Speaking about his trips to ASEAN countries, Prime Minister Prayut disclosed that the Thai and Laotian governments agreed to boost economic ties by speeding up the development of border trade and stock markets, establishing a special border economic zone, mutually promoting cultural tourism, and applying new technology to immigration services in preparation for the emergence of ASEAN Economic Community. As for the trip to Vietnam, the Premier revealed that both nations celebrated the 40th anniversary of their diplomatic relations with a plan to promote strategic partnership. The Thai government agreed to persuade Thai operators to invest in Vietnam and at the same time took the opportunity to approach the Vietnamese counterpart for expansion of agro-product exports to Vietnam. To foster the goal of strategic partnership, both nations are also planning to launch a new bus service from Thailand's northeast to the central part of Vietnam, and to promote the growth of low-cost airlines and new flights to each other's country. The government has set a target of $15 billion from trade between Thailand and Vietnam. Regarding the meeting with Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, General Prayut said he voiced his support for Malaysia's role as the chairman of ASEAN, and also discussed peace plans for the southernmost provinces with the Malaysian leader. Both sides also pledged cooperation in mutual investments. Prime Minister Prayut disclosed that his government intended to lift the target value of bilateral investment from 800 billion baht to 1 trillion baht a year. The Prime Minister has addressed that lessons from ASEAN countries will be used as principles for national reform, comparing Thailand as a tiger ready to leap forward. Prime Minister Prayut has said in a nationally televised broadcast on the principles of national reformation that the government will avoid 3 common mistakes from ASEAN countries. These mistakes are the lack of good governance, corruption issues, and an insincere reformation process, said the Prime Minister. He said that the situation in Thailand is still not as severe, but problems need to be solved as soon as possible, especially for the corruption issue that has worsened the credibility of the nation. According to the Prime Minister, the key method to solve this problem is discipline in all sectors and a mindset for public benefits, while the government in power must uphold good governance and should not propose populist policies without laying the foundation for the future. Regarding the national reform, the National Council for Peace and Order, the Cabinet, the National Legislative Assembly, the National Reform Council, and the Constitution Drafting Committee must work together with the same goal to drive the nation forward, with the people at its center, said the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Prayut will be traveling to South Korea this week to join the upcoming ASEAN-South Korea Summit. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the meeting will take place between December 10th and 12th in Busan City. 10 ASEAN leaders and the South Korean counterpart will discuss the progress of their economic and peace cooperation under the Strategic Partnership Scheme. The ministry says South Korea currently had an important role as a major investor in sub-regions. It added that Seoul also intended to expand investment to ASEAN countries, with Thailand acting as the center of economy and transportation. The Thai government, meanwhile, is planning to revise rules and regulations concerning shipping in order to promote and facilitate trade within the region. ASEAN nations and South Korea will also celebrate their 25th anniversary of friendship with a series of activities throughout the year. The Energy Ministry considers landfill gas-to-energy technology as an effective means to address the solid waste accumulation problem in urban areas. Permanent Secretary for Energy Aripong Puchaum said during his visit to a recently awarded landfill gas-to-energy power plant in Nakhon Pathom that waste accumulation usually grows in accordance with the economic growth of the country. He explained that 26.7 million tons of waste in 2013 has been disposed of improperly. If the waste was disposed of through proper landfill technology, a large amount of methane gas from the process should have been used for electricity generation. The ministry has set a goal to generate 600 megawatts of electricity from 19.9 million tons of solid waste, and also boost the proportion of renewable energy use to 25% by 2021. At present, all garbage-to-energy plants have sold to the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand a combined amount of around 65 megawatts of electricity, around 24.5 megawatts of which are from landfills. The National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has approved the proposed government-to-government cooperation in the infrastructure development project between Thailand and China. NLA members cast 187 votes in favor of the construction of dual-track railways using standard gauge. Another 7 NLA members opted for abstention. Transport Minister Prajin Chantong disclosed that the two routes given the green light by the NLA were namely the 734-kilometer Nong Khai-Korat Gangkhoi Maptaput route and the 133-kilometer Gangkhoi Bangkok route. After the MOU has been ratified, a joint committee will be set up to oversee the project. A survey of the two routes is likely to begin during January to February in 2015. Minister Prajin said the project would solve problems concerning the existing rail transport system, such as the lack of safety and poor services, and would also help boost the country's economy since it would develop connectivity between Thailand and other ASEAN nations. Air Chief Marshal Prajin confirmed that the government would do its best to protect Thai people's benefit, adding that China would not be allowed to exploit the land surrounding the routes. Political parties have informed the National Reform Council, or NRC, that they want a prime minister who comes from the parliamentary system. Most of them disagree with the idea to limit the office term of members of parliament. Chairman of an NRC subcommittee, General Lertrat Ratanawanit, said 23 out of 74 political parties had mailed their answers to the subcommittee's questions on political reform. 11 of them disagreed with a limitation on MPs' office term, while 10 of them suggested that MPs should not be allowed to be in office for more than 2 consecutive terms, said the chairman. Most of the political parties also suggested that the number of Senate members in each province should depend on its population, and that a prime minister must be an MP. The Ministry of Science and Technology and the National Astronomical Research Institute of Thailand have reaffirmed that a solar storm expected later this month will not cause the world to descend into darkness. Both organizations came out to deny rumors circling the internet, quoting NASA as saying that the world would experience 6 days of darkness. The National Astronomical Research Institute of Thailand, or NARIT, said it has looked into the claim and found there is no truth to the message. Besides, solar storms are more likely to affect man-made satellites than the Earth. However, NARIT officials said Thai Shod, which is a Thai-owned satellite, is able to withstand a certain amount of electromagnetic ray and has survived giant solar storms before. People are also urged to be skeptical about online content and not to jump into any conclusion until clarified. The Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, or BAAC, has indicated that the assistance money scheme for rice growers is about halfway complete, with 2.25 million rice growers having already been paid. Mr. Supat Ilchai, Executive Vice President of the BAAC, revealed that the bank is currently making payments to about 100,000 rice growers per day and is disbursing about 1.2 billion baht per day under the scheme. Up until Thursday, 23.8 billion baht has been paid to 2.25 million eligible rice growers. He said the payment is about halfway done, and almost all farmers will likely be paid by December 20th, although this would not be the case for the South, because the planting season arrives later than in other regions. A total of 3.49 million rice growers are to be paid under the assistance scheme that provides eligible farmers with 1,000 baht of cash per riot paddy they work on, up to a maximum of 15,000 baht per receiver. Recently, a viral video called I Hate Thailand, which is about a foreign tourist which has lost his belongings in Thailand, has been heating up the social media feeds with more than 1.5 million views on YouTube as of right now. It was produced by the Tourism Authority of Thailand to show that the Tourist Police Division is concerned about the tourist safety and offers advice for all expats who come here or live here. Khun Niranut Traijakwanit has more.
Titled I Hate Thailand, funded by Tourism Authority of Thailand, tells a fictional story about a foreign tourist whose bag is stolen, but eventually it is found with help of locals. By the end of the video, he is shown as falling in love with the kingdom. The video illustrates an upbeat view of Thailand, showing the friendly, accommodating Thailand that so many expats and travelers can relate to. Colonel Thachapong Sarawanangkoon, deputy of the Tourist Police Division, said that everywhere in the world, one can find some gorgeous people and some dishonest people who might steal bags or valuables from others. The most important thing is for the tourists to remember to take precautions with regard to personal safety and security. The video shows ways that tourists can take care of themselves and also how to handle allegedly helpful offers and advice from scammers that do not have the tourist's best interests in mind. Colonel Thachapong also talked about how foreigners can reach tourist police in case of emergency or if they need assistance.
As I said, we focus on providing best safety and convenience to tourists. So we got several ways for tourists to get in touch with us. The most powerful one is our call center, 1155. We operate 24/7. And today we just can't deny the outstanding growth of social media. So we just created Line official account. The famous one, that everybody got Line. So tourists can share their experience to us, and we can share our useful information to them. And today we count that we got more than 7 million people in our friend list.
Police Major General Apichai T. Amataya, the commander of the Tourist Police Division, said that over the past 3 decades, the tourism industry in the country has grown rapidly. There are more and more foreign tourists every year, bringing in large amount of revenue to the country. At the same time, problems of crime and tourist scams have also been on the rise. The government has thus set up an organization to be responsible for tourist safety and well-being in an effort to help local police. A tourist police unit has now been formed under the police division, which will specialize in dealing with issues that tourists face and will accept their complaints and to facilitate enhanced security measures for tourists throughout country. Police Major General Apichai added that Thailand is well known as the land of smiles, And Thai people are known for their kindness as well as their culture, which helps the nation stand out amongst others.
And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll take a quick break now, but before that, let's take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. First among them, to uphold the three pillars: the nation, religion, and the monarchy.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Faithful Buddhists are invited to donate to the building of a huge Buddha statue known as Praputta Metta. It's to be constructed at Tepratown Temple, Soi Dao, Jantaburi. With a 20,000 baht donation, the donor's name will be engraved on the foundations of the statue. Those wishing to contribute may make their donations at the Royal Thai Embassy or at the Consulate General in each country, 7-Eleven convenience stores, and stores with counter service signs, Krung Thai Bank, Siam Commercial Bank, or Bangkok Bank. Please contact the phone numbers shown for more details.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline, and it's time now for ASEAN and Beyond. British precious stones miner Gem Fields kicked off a silent auction in Singapore. Buyers from all over the world converged in the city-state to offer bids for hundreds of rubies, varying in sizes and carats. The star attraction is a 40.23 carat rough ruby found at its Montepraise deposit in Mozambique. The company has termed it one of the most important rubies unearthed in recent times. Rubies are traditionally the most prized when they are vivid crimson with a hint of blue. However, Mozambican rubies often are a rich pinkish red color due to the variation in deposits in the region. Gem Fields, the world's largest rough emerald producer, has been trying to create a stable market for colored stones, the same way Anglo-Americans De Beers has championed diamonds from London's Bond Street to China. More than 500,000 people in the Philippines have fled from a powerful typhoon in one of the world's biggest peacetime evacuations, as the storm churns towards central provinces that still bear the scars of a super typhoon 13 months ago. Hagupit is expected to hit the northwestern part of the Philippines today, including the capital city, Manila. Residents on Hagupit's path have evacuated and gathered at local temporary refugee centers. Many also stock up food and water for the coming days. Typhoon Hagupit was approaching eastern coasts on Saturday with its eye 230 kilometers east-northeast of Borongan in eastern Samar province. In Tacloban City, where Typhoon Haiyan made landfall last year, thousands of residents packed a university compound, which has been turned into a temporary shelter. And elsewhere around the world, another chance for Apple buffs to get their hands on a piece of Apple history. It'll come at a hefty price, though. A fully operational Apple computer that company co-founder Steve Jobs sold out of his parents' garage in 1976 for $600 will hit the auction block later this month, where it is expected to fetch more than $500,000. The so-called Ricketts Apple I personal computer, named after its original owner Charles Ricketts, and being sold on December 11th, is the only known surviving Apple I documented as having been sold directly by Jobs, then just 21, from his parents' garage in their Los Altos, California family home. The computer is being sold through Christie's by Robert Luther, a Virginia collector who bought it in 2004 at a police auction of storage locker goods without knowing all the details of its history. The computer will be sold with a canceled check from the original garage purchase on July 27, 1976, made out to Apple Computer by Charles Ricketts for $600, which Ricketts later labeled as purchased July 1976 from Steve Jobs in his parents' garage in Los Altos. A second canceled check for $193 from August 5, 1976 is labeled Software NA, programmed by Steve Jobs, August 1976. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook or check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. And for now, we're going to say goodbye with parts of Mahachanok, the Phenomenon live show, the musical performance commemorating His Majesty the King's birthday, being staged at Benjakiti Park until December 10th. I'm Surapat Lautharanarit. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day. สวัสดีครับ